that all of these students have put in all year. I am very impressed. And the microphone's going. I apologize. When I get here in the morning and I get to hear the choir sing or hear the band practicing, I'm always so impressed by not only the students but also the families for getting them here early in the morning, even though sometimes it is a challenge. So being here tonight, thank you to Ms. Thorgrimson, Ms. Fort, all of our students up here who are ready to show off all that they've been working on. Okay, Ms. Thorgrimson. Everyone.
Thank you so much, and thank you all for coming tonight. I'm thrilled that we have this set up now because those of you that were here at the winter concert knew that with the choir sitting over there, we didn't have enough room. Looks like everyone has a chair that's wanting one, so welcome tonight. I have to explain one little thing about the microphones here. We found out just 2 weeks ago in looking at what we needed to rent to be able to do the rock and roll show next week, which is Thursday night next week, 5th and 6th grade parents. Don't miss it. So the tickets that you buy to come to the show pays for us to pay the band members who play. We have a live band that plays. They help to pay for the rental of the microphones. The gentleman in the back holding that tall pole with a hammer on top is Ken Benedict. He's our sound and lighting expert, and he is fantastic. He spends every Memorial Day weekend with me here. His wife is lovely and lets me borrow him, setting up lights. So this room will be filled with professional lights like some of them. Anytime you see those lights, that's Ken's work. But we do have to pay him. He doesn't charge us very much. So any tickets you buy pays for all of those things that help us put on that incredible show. Wait till you see your kids next week. They are spectacular. Really great. But what we discovered in the sound system is that these wireless mics, and any of the wireless mics we use at the school, which is pretty much what we use exclusively, are on certain frequencies. The FCC, and can correct me if I say this incorrectly, the FCC has now sold those frequencies or given those frequencies to other places, like cell phone companies and things like that. So technically, we're not supposed to be using these frequencies now, but it's all we got, because the only way to get something new is to replace all the wireless units, all the wireless receivers, all of that, and right now we just don't. That's not in the budget. So what would help us tonight is, if you have a child who's on a video device of any kind, please turn it completely off. They should not be playing and be on video games during the concert anyway. If you have a phone, I understand that parents want to take videos and pictures. Please, by all means, do so. But if you have a phone that you're not using and can turn it completely off, that will help us, because every time one of your phones picks up the frequency we need, the mic stops working on it. As you just heard with Dr. Lawson, did you hear where her voice dropped out? The microphone is fine, the frequencies are not. So any help in that, but you have to turn your phones completely off for that. So that would be great. So on Friday, the choir is going to sing the national anthem at the Sacramento River Cats game. And I'll tell you more about that later, but I realize tonight we have not practiced that, I think, since the Kings game. So we're going to honor our country and practice at the same time. If you'll rise for our national anthem.
Thank you.
continue with my Northridge choir, my choir from my other school as well. So I'm excited to have them there that night. I told them there's going to be a camera on them, catching their faces and putting it up on the big screen for all of you to see, so they better look proud of our country when that happens.
I'm just going to talk like this, okay? I am very pleased to once again introduce our wonderful math teacher, Samantha Gordas, but something important about Samantha, about the importance about Samantha before she starts. This young woman here graduated from California State University, Sacramento last Saturday. She starts the teaching credential program next fall, and she's working to be a music educator, and so my hope for the future is I'm getting close to that. So, Samantha Gordas in the Twilight Theater.
So for our spring concert this year, I decided to let our wonderful students pick their favorites from our message book. Oh, just me? Yeah? Oh, this is what happens when you practice So I had them pick their favorite songs from our method book, and what we did with them is we changed them just a little bit. Some songs will be featuring different instrument families, different specific instruments, and we played with the order of the song a little bit. We played with the dynamics, pretty much everything. So this is kind of a concoction of their favorite songs and some little musical ideas that we have. While we're playing, if you would like to sing along, you're more than welcome. It's in 3/4 time, which means there's only 3 beats in the measure as opposed to 4 beats in the measure. So it's a little trickier, and we played with the parts a little bit to feature all of the instrument groups. So I hope you like it. The next one is also an American tune. It's the theme from the Cambridge Overture. This should also sound fairly familiar, but since it was just an excerpt about this big, we did a couple things to make it a little bit more fun. We split the different parts. So we're going to play all like you just heard. And then we have split parts between the instruments. So raise your instrument up nice and high if you're in the first group when we split. We have our flutes and our clarinets in the first section. Raise your hand if you're in the second section. Raise your instrument. We have our saxophones for our second. Third, raise your instruments up high. And we have our brass and percussion for our third section. Ready? Yeah? So the next song is just called Lullaby. It's a Welsh folk song as well, and it's featuring 2 of our woodwind instruments, our clarinets and our saxophones. song, and see a trend with these folk songs that they pick. And it features our brass, so it's our trombones and our one little trumpet. The next song is the theme from the Nutcracker, which is traditionally a Christmas song, but they liked it so much that they wanted to play it in May. So what we did with this one is we split it between the two different types of instrument groups. So we have our woodwinds, then we have our brass. So you can hear both sections play separately and then all together at the end. And our last song, Lovely Choir Takes Over, is the Banana Boat song, which I'm pretty sure is all of their favorites. Would you guys agree? Yeah?
You know, these kids have worked so hard. It's really hard to learn to play an instrument, and any band teacher or string teacher has to teach every kid how to play all those different instruments. And they're little, but they're mighty. It's a really great start. Fifth graders in the band, I hope you will continue to build our band and make it even stronger. We can have an advanced part of this band next year. How about if we have the percussion section stand up? Would you give a round of applause for our percussionists? And how about our brass players? Percussionists and brass stay standing, and let's add our woodwind players. Woodwind stand up. All right, and thank you once again to Fortis and our Twin Lakes Band. I just love these kids that do both band and choir. That's a big commitment, and they just do such great work. So congratulations to those kids that have done both this year. And to the parents that got them here that many days a week. Okay, so for all, it was better over here. Thank you for all your support bringing your kids every week into all the events we've had this year. We're going to start our choir portion of the concert with the 3 songs that the elementary kids sang at San Juan Sings, except now it's us and not the other 200 kids that sang along with us. But back again, I'm thrilled to say, is Mr. Jerry Rowe on piano. Which is why we needed the concert tonight instead of last week, because he wasn't available last week, and we need him. As soon as you hear him play, you'll understand. So our first song is Charlottetown, and you're going to hear the kids singing in 2 parts, this blending of folk songs, American folk songs, Charlottetown. The next song was our second song that I actually got to conduct at San Juan Sings this year, which makes it kind of ironic that I'm the one that made the conducting mistake this morning on this song. I love this piece. In fact, it was one of the ones that I suggested to the group of teachers from the district. This was one of my choices, and it got voted on. I always like when my choices get voted on to be included in San Juan Sings. It's called This Shall Be for Music. But the text is written by Robert Louis Stevenson, a beautiful Robert Louis Stevenson poem, all about giving gifts to someone they love. So at the beginning it says, I will make you brooches and toys for your... They had to learn what a brooch was. People don't know brooches these days. Of bird song at morning and starshine at I will make a palace. And then he says, and this shall be for music when no one else is near, the fine song for singing, the rare song to hear, that only I remember, that only you admire, of the broad road before us and the roadside fire. I think of my sixth graders because they've got quite a road before them as they move on. And I'll try not to cry during this song. Fun to sing in. It's a fun language. I sing in a professional choir. Some of you heard me sing that before, the Sacramento Choral Society. And what I want these kids to know is that singing in a choir your whole life can take you all over the world. We're traveling on a tour to the Baltics this summer. We're singing in Latvia. We're singing concerts in big concert halls in Estonia and Finland. And then we're also going to travel to St. Petersburg, Russia this summer. So we've sung in the Great Wall of China. Our oldest choir member stopped singing in the choir last year at age, well, she's kind of a slacker person, this last week. So she sang with us and toured to Europe with us 2 years ago at the age of 93. So it's a lifelong pursuit. Get yourself in a choir, it'll make you happy. This song is called Artsa Alinu, and the translation is, this is our land, we plow and we plant, the harvest will come again. And again, it's a song that the kids are singing in 2 parts, and they just are fantastic. So here's Artsa Alinu. So when I was a kid myself, like, I think 5th grade maybe Oliver came out, the movie. The movie version of the musical Oliver came to the theaters. That movie actually won the Academy Award for Best Picture that year, like 1969 or something like that, 68. And yeah, because we are really old, yeah. We just gave away our ages. So anyway, Curtis is shaking his head. When the movie came out, it had a huge impact on the story of Charles Dickens' story of the boy named Oliver who didn't have a family and his struggles as a child and what he went through. So I love the music of that musical and wanted to bring it back to our kids. So we're going to sing 2 songs from the musical Oliver, starting with the famous song that the Artful Dodger sings to him when Oliver shows up in London. And for the very first time, Oliver is welcomed somewhere. Now, the Artful Dodger has an ulterior motive because he wants to recruit him to work for Fagin, who's the pickpocket that takes in boys and uses the boys to go do his pickpocketing work. But at the moment, all Oliver knows is that somebody wants him, somebody's welcoming him, the whole city of London welcomes him. And so here is Consider Yourself. Now we're going to feature a group of our, it just happened to be girls that came and tried out this time. Last time I had a mix of boys and girls. But we're going to do another song from Oliver, where Oliver by a rich man, and he wakes up the next morning after having slept in a real clean bed for the very first time in his life, and opens the windows of this mansion that he lives in and looks out at the street, and he thinks, who will buy this morning for me? I don't want to lose it. So when Oliver does, down the street come street sellers selling roses. Who will buy my sweet red roses? I have a couple of girls doing that solo. Roses girls will raise your hands. And then we have a woman coming in down the street selling milk. So I think my milk girls are right behind me. And then ripe strawberries ripe. That's our Strawberry Girls right there. And then finally Oliver comes and he says, "Who will buy this wonderful morning?" And the girls on the end are going to sing the lead Oliver part. So here is "Who will buy." We have two last songs before we go tonight. Ooh, we're going to be out of here in less than an hour. That's good news. But I just have to say thank you to just a few quick people. First of all, I can't tell you how excited I was when the district made a very wise decision in hiring Dr. Jennifer Lawson as our new principal. And I'm thrilled to be teaching her daughters who are in kindergarten and first grade. But I also was Jennifer's music teacher when she was in elementary school for a couple of years. Yeah, when Kathy Hatfield was a teacher at Fair Oaks, we were at Fair Oaks Elementary School together then. So it's lovely to see her, and she's just way smarter than me. So, but I don't give her parents any credit, I take all the credit for that. So, Jen, thank you for all your support this year in our programs. We couldn't do it without a supportive administrator like you. A special thank you to the 4th, 5th, and 6th grade teachers who allow me to run around every couple of weeks and say, can I make an announcement for choir in your class so the kids get the notes home and all of that. So to Josie and Karen and Carrie and Michelle and Pat and Ann and Maggie, those teachers in 4th, 5th, and 6th grade, I am very grateful to them. So Josie, you can represent them tonight. Thank you to the upper grade teachers. And Kathy Hatfield and I have worked together at 3 different elementary schools in this district. Over our career, we've worked together for more than 20, well, probably 30 years now. 31, because again, we're really old. And we started when we were 12. But you know how there's always those few people that, I'm sure you have some at your workplace, who are the people that just do extra things for the people at the workplace, or they do the extra work without ever asking for a thank you or anything in return. They just show up and say, what do you need? And so Kathy's one of those people, and for me in particular, she's been that person for all these years. She's here every week helping out with the choir. She doesn't get paid, I get paid some, but she doesn't get paid anything. She just comes because she loves the kids, she loves the choir, and she loves helping just because she's nice. So would you please give a big round of applause? And then I have 4 moms in particular who every week they come early and help me with roll call and meeting and greeting the kids. I am so not a morning person, so for me to even show up at 7:15 is really good. I'll stay here, like I was here till 10 last night. I'm okay with that. But getting here at 7 it just kills me. Maybe because I stay till 10. But these ladies help me out every week, and they just are here, and they take care of things, and they take care of roll, and they do everything for me. So I have just a little thank you gift, and their children have to give you the gift and say thank you. So thank you first to Kyra Purdue, Bailey England, to Joan Bowman, to Lisa Bissell, so she has to give you a hug when she gives us cigarette. They have to give you a hug. And most of all to, well, you're getting the gift, Katrina, but it's for the whole Musman family. They've helped me through 3 sons. His team won tonight. Katrina Musman. She's on the 30-year plan, or at least till I retire plan. So would you please give, she's here every Monday, walks in and says, what do you need? Every Monday. She runs off most of the pages I have, all of that stuff. Would you please give a huge thank you to Katrina Musman. And thank you again to Jerry Rowe. We do pay you a little bit, Jerry, and I bought the dinner. But I'm also happy to say that Jerry is now our new keyboard player this year for the Rock and Roll Show, so you'll get to hear him again next week. And he paid our millions of dollars. So Jerry, thank you for bringing your talent once again back to Twin Lakes, and you can never say no to me when I say come play here. Okay? Thank you, Jerry Rose. Okay, one last bit of housekeeping, and I'll stop talking. Really, I will stop talking. And we'll sing our last two songs. 3 quick announcements. One, this is our last day of choir for the year. I want to make this clear, there are no more choir rehearsals this year. This is it. And so please get your 4th and 5th graders to join again next year. And if you have any 3rd graders, add them to the mix. We love them. 5th and 6th graders next year can join band as well. Those, you can see that there are kids that did both. We love that. Secondly, on Friday night is the River Cats game. I sent out an email with the timeline. If you did not receive that, or if you didn't receive the yellow paper that I sent home with your child, Jerry, can you hold a copy of that? There's a pile of them here on the table on the piano. We need to be there by 5:45. And when we gather by 5:45 before the River Cats take us around, they're going to take us around back behind center field, behind the big screen, to line up and get ready. So we're going to go back there about 6 o'clock, at which time you go in to the game, or I don't know, whatever, and then we sing about close to 7 o'clock. After we sing, we will walk them back out by the box office, where you need to meet your child, and then they're yours. And I'm off duty at that time. So, but I'll have my cell phone with me. Please make sure your child knows your cell phone number, because if you get separated from your child, look for me. I'll have your child until you connect with them. It's a big place with lots of people out there. But what I can also tell you is that the security there is fantastic. I've seen them when a child and a parent get separated. They are very quick at getting that, resolving getting the child back with the parent. But look for me and know that your child will be with me until they meet with you. So please come and get them after we sing the national anthem. Also, the kids are wearing their choir shirts on Friday. They can wear, if it's warm, wear shorts, but realize we're also by the river, so if it's a cool night, it does get pretty chilly down there on a cool night. They are wearing shirts that say Twin Lakes on the front and Twin Lakes on the back. So even when they're not singing with us, if you can help monitor their behavior, because guys, you're representing us on Friday. So you've done well this year. Keep that up. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to call my cell phone or text me. If you text me, please let me know who you are, like if you're running late or something like that. Okay? The last thing about this, before we meet, when the kids arrive and you have to meet us on the grass below the box office at 5:45, if you can help monitor your child's behavior at that time, so I'm not running around yelling at kids to stop running and rolling down the hill and all of that. Would you please just keep your child with you until it's time for us to say, come on, child, let's go? That would really help. So I would be grateful. So let me know if you have any questions. I'll be around after tonight, and I'll stay until if you have any questions for that. Okay, we're going to end with 2 songs. The first was our finale for San Juan Sings, called Give Us Hope. And then it is tradition, since we go to the River Cats every year, to end with our song of despair called Baseball Fever. So here's Give Us Hope and Baseball Fever. And they might need some ice cream after this, so thank you all for coming. a photo op moment, so if you want to take a picture, I'll have the kids stay there for just a second at the end, okay? Thank you again for coming.